Mariano Acme with the final bell, and I'm very happy to be joined by Joseph Blessed Hands Adorno with a record of 19-4-2 with 16 knockouts. Joseph, welcome to the final bell.
Thank you for having me.
And just before we started recording, we were talking about the impressive beard. Joseph, are you going to come into the ring with that beard, or what are you
I
thinking?
mean, of course, I'm gonna just let it rock. Might as well, right? Let's
Yeah,
just
I'm sure it'll
let's
grow.
just shape it up. Let's shape it up and make it look nice.
Exactly. You can put some trenzas on it, like
Hey, yo, nah. I ain't gonna take it that far.
but it might help absorb some punches though too, right? Like
Hey,
I'm sure
listen,
it's a good thing. It probably helps.
we're gonna use it. We're gonna use it for something as a shield.
Yeah, for sure. So Joseph, you have a fight coming up September 20th at the Wind Creek Event Center in Bethlehem, and you're fighting Luis May, who has tons of experience from what I've seen, over 40 fights. How's training camp going for that fight?
It's been going great. I've been in training camp. For the past 6 weeks. Lately, I've been, everybody knows, I've been in tough fights, take fights with short notice. So, it feels great to have, eh, I I call it space to space. It feels
Yeah,
great to have a long 6 week training camp, at home and with a guy that that it's beatable. Let's
yeah,
just put it
yeah,
like that. I'm here. I mean, it's still a fight no matter what, but
right.
I'm in there. I'm supposed to beat this guy. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
it
yeah.
feels good knowing that and knowing that I'm in shape to do that as well. So it's like this is why I call this chapter of my career chapter 2, because it's like now I'm doing things how they should have been done from the get-go.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah, I
it
read a
definitely
little
feels
bit.
good.
Yeah, and I read a little bit about, this being sort of a redemption tour for you in your last couple of fights. When it comes to Luis, what do you know about him?
I don't know much because I don't like knowing a lot about my opponents, because like every fight's different. I feel like even myself, I fight different against different fighters. So like
Yeah,
I don't like knowing much. Just I let my trainer, my teams, my little brother, I'll send him who I'm fighting and he'll tell me what to do. But I won't look at no footage, no nothing. I'll just
yeah.
practice on whatever he'll tell me to do.
Right, right, right. And then you like to kind of just go in there and get a feel for
Yeah,
it.
just go in there, you know what you're working on, so you see,
Yeah.
and you just figure it out.
And I imagine your brother like tries to enlist people who fight like that guy, right? So that when you're sparring, you're kind of getting a
No,
sense.
yeah, definitely. My brother, he's just a different, his IQ is way different, so he definitely keeps me in tip top.
Yeah, for sure. Since this is my first time speaking with you, I thought, I'm sure some people know your background, some people don't, right? So I figure let's talk about that, your story. Maybe to starting with like how did you get into boxing? How old were you? Like basically the beginnings.
Uh, I got into boxing when I was 6 years old. My dad put me into boxing. He was a boxer himself,
Yeah.
but 2 weeks before his pro debut, he was putting an AC in the house, and he hit the nail like the wrong way, and it bounced back and scraped his eye. So then he lost one of his eyes.
Yeah.
So then I guess 2 or 3 months after that, he started training us in the living room, and then a month after, I had my first fight at 6 years old.
Wow.
And then,
Wow.
ever since then, just been boxing my whole life since I was 6 years old. National tournaments from Puerto Rico, moved to the United States,
Hmm.
13-time national champion. Was signed at 17 with Top Rank. Was the youngest to fight at the Madison Square Garden at the age of 18.
Yeah.
So, I've been through a lot, and now, I fought the best. Yes, I have 4 losses, but once you look at the 4 losses, it's just top guys. It's not just regular guys. I have, undefeated guys with big names. I just take my risks. I take big risks.
Yeah. Your name has been around for a long time, like you mentioned. And it's hard to believe sometimes that you're still only 25 years old. You already have experience. You mentioned a little bit, but you shared the rings with Nicholas Walters, Edwin de los Santos, Jermaine Ortiz, Michelle Rivera, Elvis Rodriguez. I mean, the list kind of goes on and on. From that, like, what was your toughest fight and why out of all of those guys that I mentioned, or
My toughest
anybody else?
fight, all those guys is Jermaine Ortiz. Definitely one of my toughest fights.
Yeah.
Uh, the guy's big and strong. He's really like big. He was very big next to me. And it was like one of the factors was that I used to have trouble making weight a lot. So for that fight, I wanted to make weight so much, like to prove myself, and I did. And then for that fight, he came overweight.
Uh-huh.
So, it played a big factor in there too.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was definitely like one of my toughest fights for sure.
And you dropped them twice, right? I know that it ended up being a draw, but
Yeah.
you dropped them twice despite
Yeah.
that. You're now both junior welterweights. Is that where you're going to stay at the junior welterweight limit?
No, 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 no. I'm just, just these few fights, I will do them at 40, just
Yeah.
just stay around, and
Okay.
then, but no, no, once we start climbing up the ladder again, yeah, we're moving back to 135.
Okay. Yeah, because I was wondering, if that's a fight you'd like to kind of run back
Yeah,
against.
I love to run that back. I love to run back every L I took, because like I said, I was young, I was lost in the world, outside, So it's
Yeah.
like there's a lot of things, like it's like I don't use excuses, but we all human beings, So it's like a lot of stuff happened, with my last fight against Walters,
Yep.
only the people that were there know what happened, and stuff like that. So it's like it's a lot of things that happen, but I'm still here, still strong, somehow, I'm still loved by the boxing people.
Yeah, yeah. And you mentioned the fight against Nicholas Walters and the redemption tour like that I read about. You alluded to some maybe out of the ring issues. To the extent that you feel comfortable, can you talk a little bit about like sort of your journey, like what you went through and where you are today, mentally and things like that?
Oh no, mentally, I was, my career been tough, like a lot of people just think like, oh, you had it easy. Like it's like, nah, bro. Like I was like I'm not gonna go into details and stuff, but I was
Mhm.
literally forced into some fights where I didn't feel comfortable, where I knew I wasn't ready, where I knew I didn't train, where I knew I wasn't in shape. And but I was literally forced by promoters and stuff like that, like you have that pressure on you. Like if you don't do this, then we're not working with you, or if you don't do this, then this is gonna happen to you. So, I've been through all that, I've been through the bad from sport, I didn't have it the good way, the easy way, how people come up little by little with good opponents that they beat. Nah, I went straight to the top dogs. Like I was fighting undefeated fighters basically my whole career.
Right.
My third fight was already fighting undefeated fighters.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, no, I took a look at your resume, and like I said, I mean, it's one of the better resumes if you look at your weight class, especially for your age. It was
Hmm.
definitely one of the top. So you mentioned you took some fights on short notice, right? That just came
Hmm.
up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, definitely. Because like it was at times where like with the Michelle Rivera fight, I was at zero. It was COVID.
yeah,
I had a family. My kids and stuff. So it's like I needed it. So I
yeah,
said, you know what, let's do it. What was gonna happen? Either he gonna knock me out or what? It's just I'm a fighter. I don't
yeah.
back down for anything.
Right,
So
right, right.
it was right. The price was right. So I did it. Stuff like that. But that's why I say like that's why a lot of fighters like good talent fighters. They just give up on boxing too, because a lot of people like promoters. They have that one guy that they just want to become a star. It's just always that one main guy instead of having like five. Like back then, boxing had like how many stars at once. Now
Yeah,
it's just good. You only have like 2 or 3 stars in boxing now. Why? Because
yeah,
promoters only focus on one person, and a lot of fighters, we just give up. We just don't care about it.
yeah. No, I hear you. I hear you. Do you feel though at age 25, and it sounds like, rededicated to the sport, like do you feel that there's not a lot of wear and tear on your body as far as being able to kind of still go for it and fulfill your dreams?
I feel like my body's still new, because like I say, like all this my whole career, I've been doing it the wrong way. Like
Mhm.
I used to train no strength and conditioning, just straight just boxing training and only, and no running because I used to not like running. But
Yeah,
now I understand all those stuff, that gotta be done. So now this time around, I'm doing them all right, and it's
yeah.
like it's showing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's different. So
Mhm.
I feel like I still got so many years ahead of me. Like I'm pretty sure, I'm a few fights, a few wins away from a big call once again.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I just gotta, and I know that, So but now with this mentality, like I know that. So
mhm,
now I gotta stay ready. I gotta stay in the gym. I gotta stay low in weight. Make weight. You
yeah.
gotta do strength and conditioning. You gotta run. You gotta do this. You gotta do that. Back then I didn't know. I didn't want to do none of that stuff.
Right, right. And you were young, probably had a lot of energy and was like, I don't need it. Right.
Yeah, I didn't need it. So I was like, and like, and the way my career was going, I thought I was just invisible.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah. So what did you make any changes, any like big changes to your team in the last couple of fights?
Just to be honest, just shorten the team down, to be honest. Just less people around me,
Yeah,
because like it's just different with a lot of people, less people around you, just way better, like yeah, yeah, how you say you can communicate better, with less people.
yeah, yeah,
And just that, and just more focus, people that actually want to see me progress in life,
for
not just
sure.
boxing.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And when it comes to that Nicholas Walters fight, because it sounded like you were rededicated yourself already around that time. What did you learn from that fight? Tell me a little bit about that fight.
About that fight, it was just a couple things, even the promotional company uh didn't want me to fight that night due to what was going on, but a fighter's gonna fight thick, not we're gonna say we're always 100% no matter what, even if we're not 100%. But yeah, I was dedicated, I wasn't tired. I was just my mind wasn't there, it was shots that I was seeing, I wasn't throwing, him for being a veteran, a world champion, like I didn't see nothing. So it's like I just be ashamed of myself. It's like, yo, bro, like you just look who you just fought and he didn't do nothing to you, but at the same time you didn't do nothing to him.
Right.
So it's like it's a lot of stuff, it's like that you think about and stuff like that. But it's like all that is just out the way now for sure because I learned how to deal with it now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sounds good, man. Sounds good. I mean, and nothing to be ashamed of. Again, Nicholas Walters is a tough guy, world champion. So yeah, nothing to be ashamed of there. So walk me through what ideally for your career, how do you want it to look over the next couple of years? What are your
Over the next couple of years, I'm just looking to get back in the winning column, just doing everything how it should be done, collecting all these regional titles, small titles to get to that big title, just start a career like if I'm starting pro once again. That's
yeah,
that's that's why I want my career to restart right now. As of now, that's what I have in mind. And, hopefully like let's say like a Tevin Farmer type of thing, be
yeah,
after all them losses, after all the bad things, you become a world champion and you know what I'm saying, you happy with yourself at the end of the day.
yeah. Yeah, there are definitely a few examples of that. Even back in the day, like Freddie Pendleton, Junior Jones. There's people who have sort of reinvented themselves and been successful. Marco Antonio Barrera, right? When he first got knocked out, he went from being more of a puncher to more of a boxer, right? And he's a legend. So, there's time, especially because of your age. You haven't been
Yeah,
knocked out.
like look at Orlando Salido theory. He
Oh
was
man,
what,
yeah,
12
yeah.
losses, 13 losses, became a world champion, did all this money, beat Lomachenko.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely. You've never been knocked out, so there's,
nah.
there's a lot of time left. But it's good that you're taking it serious now because you got to have that sense of
No,
urgency.
and my losses, it's not like I've been like shut out or got beat up. It's like it just losses where it just okay. If you would have done a little more, you would have won.
Yeah, yeah. And then as far as activity, like how active do you want to be over, say, the course of a year, 12 months?
Oh yeah, definitely four to five fights for sure.
Yeah, yeah, to get you back on that
Yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah. I want to stay active. Like I gotta stay locked in.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And then you were mentioning your brother. What's your training team look like? Who are your trainers? Like, what's the team look like?
For right now, yeah, I'm training with my manager,
Hmm.
and my little brother just right there in the corner at all times.
Yeah.
Just we talk every day. Right now he's not here. He gets here tomorrow, but
Hmm.
right now he's not here, so we just talk every day. Just text each other like on what I gotta work on. Oh, you did this, you did that. He's
Right.
telling me tips how to lose the weight, all that stuff. So it's like we stay connected very good.
Definitely, definitely. And he's a fighter too, right? Is he?
Yeah, he's a fighter as well.
Yeah. This is Jeremy.
Yeah, Jeremy
Yeah,
Adorno.
I don't know. Nice, nice. And he lives in Puerto Rico, is that right?
No, he's right now he's in Orlando, Florida.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It seems like most of the Boricuas go to Orlando in the end, right?
Yeah, that's the mini Puerto Rico for sure.
Yeah, I grew up
Everybody's there.
I grew up in New York and most of my friends were Puerto Rican, but a lot of them moved out there, all
Yeah,
to Orlando.
everybody's out there. It's just the weather. Once you want that, you don't want that cold.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm still here.
Yeah, I'm ready to go
Like,
too.
yeah, I'm in like the New York area, like New Jersey, right outside. Cool, man. Look, I wish you the best of luck. I know it's fight week, so I don't want to take up too much more of your time, but I did want to see if you had a message, to all your fans who are coming out to the Wind Creek in Bethlehem, to see your comeback. And I think there's a lot more left of you to give when it comes to boxing. But any message to your fans?
Just always grateful, for the support they always give me, every time they see me around in the streets or whatever, they always like, yo, my name, take pictures. Always grateful and thank you for those that stay loyal to me, and still believe in me.
Mhm.
and everybody that is coming to attend and just watch me. There's also gonna be great fights. So just always just grateful. Grateful and always thanking God. For like every opportunity I get and every chance to like restart my career, my life, whatever it is. Just thank you guys, and I promise I'm always bring the best out of me in those fights. Always give y'all wars, no matter if I lose, win or draw. I'm always put up a great fight, and you guys know that. I'm always willing to fight the best. So thank you.
You got it, man. And best of luck against Luis May, brother.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You got it.